Hey everybody, I'm Not Great, and today we're going to take a look back at a little game called Nightmare Kart. This is an indie game that came out very recently. A lot of people were looking forward to it when it had a different name that we're not going to mention in this review. So, let's get to it. Quick summary of the game is you are a gothic steampunk fighter. Man, this is really hard without mentioning specific things. You're a gothic steampunk fighter slash kart driver, and you are stuck in a nightmare with no way to get out, and you must drive your kart like mad, in order to free yourself from the nightmare. This is, again, a totally original IP retro graphics kart game with gothic and steampunk undertones, overtones, through tones. It's just straight up gothic and steampunk all over the place. Quick feelings on the game. I felt good playing it. This is not a complicated game. This is not a fancy game. This is straight up kart driving while in a world that definitely does not have links to any other intellectual property that exists. The graphics are PS1 style, not PS2, not NES, but right there in the kind of chunky, blocky figures and slightly blurry visuals that, you know, it takes you back if you're as old as I am, and I'm 40. Yay. Sound-wise, this is not a game that's going to win a lot of awards for sound, but the sound was fun. Like, the tunes aren't something that you're going to save to dance to at a later date, but they accentuated the game and the game action well enough. Everything from the sound effects to the background music tracks, it was fine. It was PS1 style, like, new age chiptune sort of stuff, and I enjoyed it. Gameplay-wise, expect the controls to be a little loose, and expect to take some time to learn the mechanics of the game, because they're not explained super well. This is an indie project. This was a fun project that they did, and right before the release, some changes had to be made, but when you get right to the bones of it, this is not a game that was made specifically for generating revenue. This was a game that was made out of love. It took a very long time to come out, and if you were like me and keeping up with its progress, you were just excited when it came out as I was. This is a throwback to a different, more modern game, whose name, of course, we are not going to mention. But it was fun, for me. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Some of my favorite moments were when I discovered that there was a secret ending to the game and got to drive around looking for the things that were going to unlock that secret ending. I'm not going to tell you about any of that here in this review. You won't be seeing any of that in the video that's playing with this review. Just know that there is a big secret ending with a big final boss race, fight, both. At the end, you just have to keep your eyes open for it. It's there. Figuring that out and making the link to the game that inspired the creation of this game was just the best. And seeing all of the completely original characters that reminded me of characters from a totally different game was great. Least favorite moments for me were learning. There's a lot of learning that you gotta do. So, yeah, it takes some time to figure out not just the kart handling mechanics, but also a little bit on the controls, and then going into combat. You know, you're gonna want to practice with this a little bit and spend a little bit of time with it. And this is not something you can just pick up and say, hey, I'm good. But ultimately, that doesn't really matter. Because this is a fan game, it's a fan-made game, it's a game made for fans, you're probably picking up this game because you know what inspired it and where it came from. So overall, I'm going to give it a relatively low score, maybe a 2.5 out of 5 or a 5.5 out of 10. It is fun, especially if you know what you're doing and where it came from, but you can also skip it. But then again, it's also free, so I say, why not give it a shot? That's my 2 cents on it. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and healthy out there, have a good one, and go and get you some free Nightmare Kart. It's worth the $0 that you'll spend on it, and if you know where it came from and its history, it's even better for all that. So, have a good one.